ever hear of anybody raping anybody before? Have you ever heard that? This guy raped this person? You know, they had, in Kentucky, I do believe it was, they had 900 rape kits in Kentucky. And then they tested all those rape kits. They just tested them all. Come to find out, it was 67 different perpetrators of the 900. And you go, what? So that's like, 11, 12 rapes apiece? Yep. Because what that's called is pathological. And so when a cop hits a guy in the back of the head when he's got handcuffs on, and there's only one account of that, that's not the first time. It's pathological. Abuse is pathological. Remember what Jordan Peterson said. You push and push and push to the edge until the person protests, and then you stop right there. And then you push and push and push to the edge, and then you push and push and push, and then they protest, and then pretty soon they're off a cliff. And that's what we're dealing with the police system we have today with no transparency.
Hey Mama, it's your son. I just want to give you a call and let you know that if you hear that I've been arrested and charged with having a chemical or dealing a chemical that I was set up, this is getting hairy because county commissioners, the judges, the prosecutors, and the cops are all involved in this scam where they put people in rehabs and they all profit from it. The corruption's right on the surface level. Everybody can see it. These people are either complicit or they're completely ignorant.
Have you done 100 push-ups yet this morning? Have you got them done? Stay positive here for a second. What you guys are about to see is not super positive. Sorry. I wish it was. I wish I had good news here. I don't have good news. I have extraordinarily bad news, as a matter of fact. I have very bad news. What you're gonna see today is number one, the accusations that I have been, the confidential informants who have been informing me, and I've then made open allegations, and so I should make a open statement to the police of the tri-state areas here. I don't do drugs. I don't transport drugs. I don't have anything on me. I'm not a known drug offender. It's not how it works. So I'll show you guys something here. And I have the names, I have everything blanked out, but I'll put this close so you guys can hear it.
Don't let anyone else in your car, because someone's supposed to be in your car and drop some kind of various or fentanyl into your car so the police can pull you over.
And that's what you're hearing?
Yeah, that's what I was told today.
Mm-hmm.
You dirty pigs, I don't transport people illegally. I don't break the law. You're gonna plant drugs on my car. You're gonna try to get a druggie to kill me, all this garbage. Transparency has arrived. If you sneak up to my car, there's cameras rolling 24 hours a day. If you come near me, my camera's on. This is my weapon. I'm not gonna fight you, dude. Which leads us to our next little bit of information. Now I'm gonna hold the phone right here because I don't want anybody to see if I have any other information here that could jeopardize any of the people who are contacting me. So I'm just gonna scroll down here and just find that. Oh, someone sent me this today by going to the Ironton Sheriff's Department jail. There's a lot more pictures of this individual. I just don't have permission to show this person yet. So I'll show you more in a second here. This one says, I watched your video with Derek Blankenship. His dad's a straight up drug dealer. All you got to do is go to Facebook and search Derek Blankenship and his post, and it will come up. The sheriff's department's right there. My nephew worked for Carl when he ran the bikers club. I know for a fact Carl sold drugs. My nephew witnessed a lot of it. You're putting heat on the whole Blankenship family. I know Evan McKnight personally. He told me in my front yard how they pull that shit 100-foot shine from anyone they want to pull over. I live in Ironton, and I've never feared being pulled over, being targeted by the police. Anytime they have us pulled over, when I was in high school, that was years ago. There's no way this is a coincidence. I'm so disappointed. So this one here says, I just watched your video with David. The video is titled Interview with David.
It's happening. Found the list of IPD's Facebooks for his motorcycle. I'll attach it to the email. The impound business is scary, especially in this area. Just go to the Facebook page and look at all the impound auctions. I've been following it for a couple years. Something's going on there. For a town of a population of 10,000 people, sure seems strange to have a full impound roster literally every month. Just something for thought. Thanks for what you're doing. So here was the May 15th, 2021. He's been following it since May. And you got the maximum wheeler, scooter, bill for sale. Why are all these low-end, inexpensive cars being taken from people and auctioned off? Why is that? 2008, I mean, look at the years of the cars. Why are they taking these people's stuff? For what? If you have a 2005 Mazda 6, you're not rich. If you have a 1993 Buick Regal, you're not rich. If you have a 1998 or a 2008 Mercury, you're not rich. What the hell's going on in this town? And just so here, since everything's public, hey, David Wendy Jenkins, sorry for anybody who encountered this Chille at McDonald's today. It will not be tolerated. He was made to leave. I don't care. I was kicked out of 50 places when they had that ridiculously stupid mask mandate. I was kicked out of 50 places. You think I care, David? Back the blue till it happens to you. Unless your cousin, your brother, your uncle, your lover is working at the cop shop, then it won't happen to you. But leave town, David. Go on vacation somewhere. This is all public knowledge. Anybody does stuff like this, you screenshot it and send it to me. This is a game of constitutional rights. And my friend, I know my rights, and I will sue you. Plain and simple, Douglas Crabtree. I need to know, anybody, if this is still posted, take a screenshot and send it to me. Anybody posts anything like this where they're tracking me or stalking me, send me the screenshot so I can file a lawsuit against them. I don't give a damn. I love learning how to do new stuff in a court of law. It's my favorite. It's literally my favorite. The only reason I can hold these losers accountable is because of the camera. This is your game changer. For years now, I started with Harmonious, and I know for a fact about 5 Ironton police beat a man, all called Tosh. This man never bothered anybody. He had mental problems. He used alcohol to cope. It caught him at a speedway in Ironton and almost killed him. By the grace of God, he made it, and then he sued them. And after that, they found him dead. Out 93, dead. I'm in my 50s now, and this happened when I was 16. Oh, you mean, so all the boomers and all the generation of the older Gen X, I'm at the end of Gen X, we all were at the mercy of these people claiming to be the law, but truthfully, they were just upholding their blue stripe gang. They weren't upholding justice.
When they got rid of your Fourth Amendment completely with Terry versus Ohio, the right for you to be secure in your person, houses, papers, and effects is gone. Then when they wiped that away by saying a cop just has to be suspicious of you, then what happened is new cases would come up and the cops would violate people's rights. So Tennessee versus Garner, based on Edward Eugene Garner's case from 1974, his parents, when you research the case, as I did, you find out that his dad and his mom refused to let it go because Edward Eugene Garner was a 14 or 15-year-old kid. He goes to his neighbor's house, slips through the screen door or the window, takes $10 off the table, and then runs into the backyard. Edward Eugene Garner's not bacon with all the right ingredients. So then he goes to jump a fence and run away when the cops get there, and the cop shoots him in the back of the head as he's jumping over the fence, right in the back of the head. Bullet comes out of his face. It goes all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court rules in favor of Edward Eugene Garner. Can you believe that? A broken clock is right twice a day, right? Wrong. 7 of the 9 Supreme Court personnel, they hold the constitutionality that you have a right to life and that you can run away from the police, and it is unconstitutional for them to shoot you in the back of the head unless it's for officer safety. The stare decisis of Terry versus Ohio then pushes forward into Tennessee versus Garner and Wilson versus Arkansas. Those 2 cases are held as being unconstitutional to no-knock raid your home unless it's for officer safety, and you can't shoot someone in the back because they run away unless it's for officer safety. So now there are 20,000 no knock raids a year. 20,000 times. Cops say, I'm afraid that if we go to that house that they're going to start shooting and that my safety's in danger. Or you're an authoritarian pig. Let me give you guys a little backlog. In 2012, Eric Garner was murdered, and I had been behind the scenes since 2002. At that time, for the first time ever, I put myself on camera. And I put myself on camera and I did a presentation called the AAO. It was called the Authority Accountability Office, the AAO. That's what I had created. And my mom called me crying and said, please, son, please take that video down. I eventually did, because my mom was afraid that the cops would target me and kill me. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Yes, it does. Eric Garner, before the people were ready to rise up, before America was ready to rise up and say we've had enough of the corruption, Eric Garner in the year 2012 was choked out by the NYPD on the street. The only person who went to jail for that was the guy that filmed it. And now we're at the tipping point. I made a video back then, did you know that, in 2012? Because I had been writing for PNAC, Photography is Not a Crime. I've been doing this for 20 years. Now you just meet me because I'm a constitutional law scholar and I understand the basis, the fundamental of law. And I'm salty, baby, I'm salty. All the hatred from people, what's wrong with you? These are your neighbors. Oh, they did drugs, they're terrible. The last 5-6 interviews I've done, those people are not on drugs. They're not on drugs. They're not strung out. So now what's happening today, and the reason why so many people here are mad at me, is because the zeitgeist has changed. The zeitgeist, what that means is it's the culture, it's the flavor, it's the taste, it's the spirit of the culture. That's what zeitgeist means. And so they're mad at me because this camera upsets the apple cart of their corruption, lies, raping, killing, murdering, cheating, taking your driver's license and putting it in their pocket and walking away, taking your registration, taking $300 out of your console, taking $2,000 out of your pocket, taking your money, touching your daughter in a high school gym, in a high school bathroom, excuse me. Why are cops searching kids at high schools? How many shootings have there been here? And by the way, just so you know, a school shooting, you're more likely to be attacked by a shark. Here, right here in Ohio. That's how much likely it is you're gonna have a school shooting. But now we have metal detectors and cops all through the schools. It's called the school to prison pipeline. And it's thick here, it's thick. Because you got pigs like Hanshaw who point out the people who he doesn't like. He simply doesn't like them. And then he forwards those names to the other pigs like Blankenship and McKnight. And then they harass and arrest those kids. Why is it that when I hit the street, one person's like, oh my God, help us. The other one's like, get the hell out of here, I hate you. The camera, it's the camera. It's the camera.
There's too much evidence that proves otherwise, because you would have called an ambulance right away instead of leaving somebody sit there for that long and clean up the scene. I mean, it was just people, there was too many, there's an eyewitness that saw exactly what I'm telling you.
Where was your sister shot though?
In the chest.
In the chest with a shotgun. How'd she do that?